But I took it upon myself to then join the marching band. So another rule is, even if you play drums, you should not join the marching band. He tried very hard to keep me from that. And lastly, never argue with the police, especially when there are over 100 teenagers in your backyard. And this is something that we both learned together. I had some great pictures that I was going to project up on the wall of Thomas and I as young kids, and I had some great lines, but it didn't seem to work out. But maybe next time I'll be able to share those with you. In many ways, we had a idyllic childhood. Seattle was a great place to grow up. We really had a great time, but I don't know if it was the most exciting place as a child. When we got a little older, we had the opportunity to travel, and we spent our summers going to Europe and trying to expand our horizons. And travel became a big part of our lives, as you've probably heard already about Thomas and I. I think we were seeking something a little more meaningful, a little more interesting in our life, and, if you will, something a little more exotic. Somebody earlier suggested that Thomas and I might have a Latina fetish. I happen to marry a Cuban woman, he's marrying a Brazilian woman, so I'll leave that for you to decide. So as we saw, I think there's a few other gentlemen around here. Thomas and I, as we were seeking this more exotic existence, we traveled to Spain together as teenagers. He actually visited me while I was studying in India. We went to Peru together. And when he first went to Brazil, Joanna, my wife, and I, we actually went down and visited him in Brazil. And it was really a great experience. My search for something more exotic ended a little bit early, much earlier than I ever thought, when I met my wife, Joanna, and we got married and moved to Miami, which was supposed to be a temporary move, but after 8 years, I'm still there. Thomas, he took a little bit longer. He lived in Oregon, he lived in Brazil, in California, to London, to New York, and spent months traveling around South America and Brazil. And after all that travel, he ended up in the most extraordinary and exciting place of all. He came full circle back to my parents' basement. This was all very important. This is an important part of his journey because it led him to the day that he met his now lovely wife, Tabata Silva. His life, Ainsley. Her guy is not here tonight. How Thomas was able to get a date, living at home, broke, at the age of 30, with such a beautiful, I still don't know, but that's Thomas's little secret. Thomas and Tabata became serious very quickly, and in a few months later, it was the first time I got the chance to meet his new girlfriend, Tabata. I believe it was Christmas time when Joanna and I came out to Seattle. I had never seen my brother so happy and content, and I knew right away that this was something very special, a relationship that was very different and special for him. But I knew that Tabata was a good fit for my brother, but how would I know she was a good fit for my family? How do you find something out like that? Well, when it came to exchanging gifts, all I really knew about Tabata at the time was that she was a chef. So Joanna and I were trying to ponder what gift to get Tabata, and we bought her an apron. We thought it was appropriate. Well, I didn't know how big of a holiday Christmas was for Tabata, and we were soon embarrassed when she started passing us gift after gift. Got us luxurious items, something for Joanna, for me, and even something for our dog Ginger. All these specialty dog treats. One I had never seen before. It was called a bully stick, and Tabata says, "No, this is the best. Ginger will love it." And I soon found out what a bully stick is. It's also known as a pizzle. Yes. And it is a stretched and twisted and dried bull penis. And I knew immediately after that any woman that gives a dried bull penis as her first Christmas gift to her brother is not only a perfect match for my brother, but a perfect match for our family. She is a great fit for our family, and especially with my parents. My parents have been very involved and supportive of their relationship. You guys have really been great. And I understand they even walked in while Thomas was proposing to Tabata. I don't know all the details of the story. I just heard a little bit about this morning, but hopefully there's someone else that can tell the details of that. I think it's quite funny. Let's see. I shied away from telling that. In 2008, we've all heard Thomas published his notorious memoirs, his book. If you haven't read it, go out and buy one, buy two, buy three. Prem upped the ante last night. We're now in competition with Red Bull, so I hope we all go out and buy some books tonight. He didn't let any of us read the book before it was published. This was something very hard for my parents because they were worried, what were these dirty little code stamp secrets that were going to be revealed in this tell-all memoir? Of course, as any mother would be, she was nervous. And she asked my brother at one time, she pulled him aside, "Is this book just all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll?" And my brother said very coolly, he just responded to her, he's like, "Not so much rock and roll." Now, no girlfriend would love to hear about her boyfriend's past escapades, let alone have them published in a book. But Tabata seemed to really understand why my brother needed to write this book and tell these stories, and was very supportive of him through the whole process. Just another reason why I know that Tabata and Thomas are a great fit and will love each other and support each other throughout their lives. Thomas and Tabata, we love you, and we will always be there for both of you, for whatever you need. I want to end. Nate and Patricia gave some great gems as to how to be a successfully married couple. And I just have a few to add on to the end of that. Visit your brother often and have children soon so Amelia can have a cousin.
I met Tabata while she was attending culinary school in Vancouver and pursuing her dreams of becoming a chef. And I remember being impressed by the fact that she got up at 5:30 every morning, and in true Brazilian style, she clicked out of the house in high heels. She arrived before class started to clean the kitchen from top to bottom, the school kitchen. And no one ever asked her to. She did it on her own, and she did it for everyone. And she graduated at the top of her class, but you know, that's not no surprise. Tabata is the epitome of Brazilian hospitality. No one has ever turned away from her door, and there's always a room at the table for one more, and there's always, always somewhere to sleep. The Brazilians can sleep anywhere. I don't know if you know anything about that. I can attest to that because when I was visiting Tabata's families in Brazil, there was 6 of us and a dog all sleeping in one air-conditioned bedroom. Her food is fabulous, so if you're ever given an invitation, don't turn it down. Their house has become my second home, and I couldn't be more grateful. Her laugh is legendary. It's contagious, and she has an amazing zest for life. And even under the incredible pressures of the last few months, she has remained full of grace. When she met Thomas 3 years ago, love was the last thing he was looking for. But suddenly he was in deep. And here he was in a new relationship with a beautiful girl and her 4-month-old puppy, Danny, and living just 10 blocks from where he'd grown up. He just traveled the world, only to find that what he was looking for was right where he started. Move over, Dorothy. Click your heels. Now, I want to tell you a story about Danny. I know somebody touched on this earlier, but Tabata loves Christmas. And for her first Christmas with Thomas, she wanted it to be very special. And she went out and she made her first major purchase, and it was a stunning leather couch. That's a sofa for you Americans, that's couch is Canadian. And she imagined entertaining Thomas's family, and it was going to be perfect. And she left for work one morning, and only to return to find that the living room was filled with white sofa stuffing. Danny had eaten a large portion of the couch. And now what she'd envisioned was completely ruined. And Tabata said that, you know, she had so many emotions that she